You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Coming up, 2 soldiers and a nurse find themselves in Amsterdam. We'll take a sneak peek at Christian Bale's latest movie.
And Joplin's Northern Heights neighborhood puts on its Porch Fest.
And we are looking at another mild day across the area as we will be above normal for the majority of this week. But there is a cold front on the way. We'll talk about that and some changes coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Thanks for joining us for the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. The Central Christian Center, led by Pastor Hank, is celebrating the early fall season with its annual roundup. The event featured a message from Pastor Hank, comedian Jarrett Dougherty, and along with buggy rides, food, and music.
All the chili you can eat. We've got all the inflatables for the kids, and we've got music and everything. And I think it's just people just want to have a good time, and so we're just making creating an environment where they can have one.
Central Christian Center is located in downtown Joplin. Joplin's Porch Fest was put on by the Northern Heights neighborhood. It is a celebration of Joplin's best music, food, and art. Musicians play on front porches 1 hour at a time. Food trucks and artists set up in the street.
I think that one of the greatest things about this is where you would normally go and pay about $30, $40 for these local musicians. They're willing to volunteer their afternoons to come and showcase our neighborhood and show us their music, where most people wouldn't be able to go out and, on the weekends to go see them sometimes, and now they get to do that in their own neighborhood.
Porch Fest is run completely by local volunteers. Most are part of the Northern Heights Neighborhood Group, which is a nonprofit organization dedicated to improving the neighborhood. Medical Lodges in Neosho, Missouri kicks off the fall season with its Harvest Fest. Harvest Fest is a way to welcome in the fall with some fun and music. Folks also get the chance to ride on a wagon with Clydesdale horses.
Bring the older folks and the younger folks together to socialize and just kind of be young again and have fun and socialize and just have a really good time together.
Today, back in 1990, East and West Germany reunite after 45 years. Less than 1 year after the destruction of the Berlin Wall, East and West Germany come together on what is known as Unity Day. Since 1945, when Soviet forces occupied Eastern Germany and the United States and other Allied forces occupied the western half of the nation at the close of World War II, divided Germany had come to serve as one of the most enduring symbols of the Cold War. Some of the most dramatic episodes of the Cold War took place there. The Berlin Blockade, which took place from June of 1948 to May of 1949, during which the Soviet Union blocked all ground travel into West Berlin, and the construction of the Berlin Wall in 1961 was perhaps the most famous.
Yeah, I was alive during that time, but do not necessarily recall that time as I was quite young. But looking back, it's kind of crazy to believe that there's a portion of my life in which we dealt with, communism. We still had the Soviet Union when we were kids, right, whether we really realized it or not. So it's interesting part of our history to look back on as to what we were facing in those different times. So we are also facing a historic drought situation with exceptionally dry conditions across most of the area and little rainfall in sight. And that's where the bad news is. Now, right now, our forecast, right now at 7th and Range Line, it is clear. It is 50 degrees. It looks all right. It's the drought situation that's not all right. Temperature is looking good, though. 51 Yates Center, 54 Parsons, 54 Neosho, 50 in Carthage as we start the day. And as we go through the rest of the day, it's going to be unseasonably warm yet again. Sunny skies, 84 for the afternoon high. A few passing clouds give us partly cloudy skies tonight, a mild low of 55. And then as we look at the 7-day forecast, we continue to warm up. 87 by Wednesday, 85 by Thursday. Cold front comes in by Friday, so 68 Friday, 70 Saturday. We start to warm back up again on Sunday with 80. We're also watching those slight chances for showers and thunderstorms. They're slight, but they're there, and any rain we can get is definitely beneficial.
All right, up next, a new ALS medication heads to the market, giving people who have the disease new hope.
And later, Brad Hodson from MSSU heads into the studio to talk to us about MSSU's homecoming, and Tanya's also hanging out in the studio too. We'll be back with more of the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
And Health Watch this morning, a new treatment for ALS has now been approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. While some are calling the decision a huge victory, others question the drug's effectiveness. Mandy Gaither has more on when the treatment for neurodegenerative disease will be available and reaction to its approval.
It's a devastating disease with few treatment options, but people with ALS will soon have access to a new drug called Relyvrio, which the FDA just approved.
This is a huge victory for the ALS community.
The new treatment is an oral medication that can be taken on its own or with other treatments and has been shown to slow the progression of the disease, according to the drug maker. The company says the drug is expected to be available in the next 4 to 6 weeks. As for cost, a company official says it's committed to having zero copays for those with commercial insurance, and it's working to ensure quick access for people with Medicare or Medicaid, and options for financial assistance with copay will be provided. In the U.S., people who are uninsured or underinsured may also be able to get the drug at no cost. There's no cure for ALS. It's a terminal illness that causes a person's brain to lose connection with their muscles over time.
You lose the ability to walk, you lose the ability to move your hands, you lose the ability to speak, swallow, and eventually breathe.
Despite the promise of the new drug, there's still some uncertainty around its effectiveness. This spring, FDA advisors concluded the data didn't show the drug was effective before changing course earlier this month. In a statement on the approval, the FDA says there are limitations to these findings, but given the serious and life-threatening nature of ALS and the substantial unmet need, this level of uncertainty is acceptable in this instance.
ALS Association says there are around 40 other treatments for this disease in clinical trials right now. Organization says they helped fund the drug with donations from the Ice Bucket Challenge.
We have got another above normal day lined up for us today. Not seeming like that just yet. Beautiful sunrise at 7th and Rangeline. Good temperatures to match. 50 degrees under clear skies. We will remain clear throughout the day. 51 Yates Center, 54 Fredonia, 50 Columbus, 50 in Carthage, 46 in Nevada and Lamar. And as promised, we will remain clear throughout the rest of today. Sunny skies, afternoon high of 84 degrees. Then we have some increasing clouds tonight, a few passing clouds, giving us some partly cloudy skies. We gradually drop off to a mild overnight low of 55. Now to the future track, and there's two features on the future track we want to talk about. Number one, this cold front off to our north and to our west. It'll make its way here by the end of this week. And what it will do is two things. One, it brings us very slight chances of showers and maybe some thunderstorms as we head into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Those are very slight chances, but as you can see, they're there. Number two, it brings our temperatures way down, back to about where they should be for this time of year, but it'll feel cold compared to what we're going to see. Then we head into next week. In the middle of next week, we have a system coming in out of the southwest, and that brings us our best looking chance of showers and thunderstorms as we head into Tuesday, Wednesday, and even into Thursday of next week. We'll warm up again, but at least we've got better looking chances of showers and thunderstorms. Our hope is that that holds true because we absolutely need this rain. This week, partly cloudy skies, 87 Wednesday, 85 Friday or Thursday. Friday, 68. Slight shower and thunderstorm chances build in. 70 on Saturday, and then we start to turn around and warm right back up to start off the next work week. We've got more on Missouri Southern's homecoming week when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. Today in the studio, we've got a special guest from Missouri Southern State University. It's MSSU's homecoming this week, and we've got Brad Hodson joining us from Missouri Southern. So first off, welcome to the show. Good morning to you. It's a nice morning outside, pretty decent, so can't complain. And we've got, for the most part, a decent week lined up weather-wise. So what does Missouri Southern have lined up this week for homecoming?
Well, we're lucky it's a decent week weather-wise because we are busy all week, beginning today all the way through Saturday with homecoming activities, jam-packed every day of the week.
And this particular theme is Level Up Lions. So what exactly is that? What does that mean?
Well, if you're a video gamer, you know level up means to move to the next level, and so that's our homecoming theme is Level Up Lions. A lot of our activities are centered around video games, which are obviously very popular with students and alumni alike, and so that's a great theme for this year's homecoming.
And what exactly inspired you to do the Level Up Lions theme for this year?
Well, we just opened an e-gaming suite in our student center, which is incredibly popular. It's a place where students can go between classes. If you're a residence hall student, there's a place to hang out in the evening and on the weekends. And so that was the catalyst for the theme, was the opening of our new e-gaming suite in the student center.
And how exciting is homecoming in general? I mean, I know you and I were talking about it in the commercial break, but I mean, what's the atmosphere like on campus during homecoming week?
It's always exciting in the fall. Students come back to campus, you have football, you have a lot of energy on campus, but homecoming, when the alumni come back, the community gets involved, it is really the culmination of the entire fall semester in 1 week.
And of course, playing a pretty tough team this past weekend at Pitt State. Always a great rivalry game, but even with homecoming week coming up, Missouri Southern's got a pretty good football team going this year.
3-2.
Off to a really good start so far. So how does that help with the momentum on campus and the energy on campus when things are starting off so well?
Yeah, it's really a big part of the energy on campus is how well the football team is doing. Going into this game against Lincoln on Saturday, 3-2, you can feel the excitement, not only on campus, but in the community and the region as well.
And how important is it to continue homecoming festivities even once you get into college? I mean, you know, in high school you get there, homecoming's a big deal, it's high school, it's Friday night lights, all that stuff. Why is it so important to continue something like that as you get into college?
It's part of the experience. It's part of being in college. It's part of being affiliated with a university. Even as an alum, I want to go back, I want to see my friends, I want to reconnect with a place that meant so much to me many years ago. And so we see folks from our current students, 18 and on, all the way to 80 and 90-year-olds that want to come back and reconnect with their alma mater. It's a big deal.
And why is that reconnection so important too? I mean, in terms of bringing the community back together for this each year.
Well, your college experience is a transformational part of your life. It's a time when you really learn what you're good at, what you like, what you want to do with your career, with your profession. And so a lot of our students, our alumni, have really transformational experiences on campus. It's fun to come back and remember that and to visit with faculty you might have had in class, to see your colleagues, your peers. It's just a great chance to build those relationships and strengthen them that meant so much many years ago.
Gotcha. And then this week, a lot of activities going on. Now, we'll have the full list of activities on our website, but what are some of the key events going on this week, aside from the football game itself that you wanted to touch on?
Well, for our students on campus, it's a very full week. We talked about all of the gaming opportunities on campus, but there's food trucks, there's laser tag on the Oval, there's a bonfire and pep rally. We're having an all-campus-wide picnic on Friday. So that's really exciting. For the community, certainly it's the parade on Saturday morning in downtown Joplin, 10 a.m. from 7th to 2nd Street. Bring your family, come down. It's just full of floats and bands and fire and police trucks and horses and all the great stuff that we love about homecoming parades. And then 2 o'clock on Saturday at Fred G. Hughes Stadium, the Lions take the field.
Now, if I remember correctly, the homecoming parade, at least when I was younger, was actually held on campus.
It was. It just got too big. We had to move it downtown.
I was going to say, what caused that transition to move to downtown?
Yeah.
So, I mean, and that seems like an appropriate place as well because, the campus roads are a little bit narrower than you can get on Main Street.
Right.
So,
oh, no, it's fantastic downtown.
It's got to be great now that it's expanded as well, to the point you needed a bigger area just for the homecoming parade.
That's right. It's a great vibe downtown, and the City of Joplin and the Downtown Joplin Association have been so supportive of us. Moving it downtown, last year was the first year, had a huge crowd downtown. We expect even more people this year if you can keep the rain away.
I will do everything I can. I know we need the rain, but if we can keep it away from the events,
10
maybe
to
bring
2.
it overnight.
There, exactly, yeah.
Get some overnight showers. I'll see what I can do for you. Well, Brad, thanks so much for joining us this morning. As mentioned, all of this information will be on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. It's homecoming week for Missouri Southern, and these events start today and run all the way through Saturday up until game time. We'll be right back with more of the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14 right after this.
It's time to honor today's four-state hero, Sergeant Eddie Lowe, the native of Walker, Missouri, served in Vietnam from 1968 to 1970 as part of the 199th Light Infantry Brigade, where he carried out over 3,500 missions over hostile territory. This highly decorated veteran earned numerous awards, including the National Defense Service Medal, 2 Purple Hearts, the Vietnam Service Medal, and 22 Air Medals, just to name a few. To Sergeant Eddie Lowe, we thank you. Today's four-state hero.
Well, Christian Bale's first 2 films with David O. Russell went pretty well. He won an Oscar for The Fighter and was Oscar nominated for American Hustle. Now, they've teamed up again for an ensemble drama hitting theaters this weekend.
David Daniel has the story.
So, 2 soldiers and a nurse found ourselves in
Amsterdam.
Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, and John David Washington are friends to the end in Amsterdam.
We formed a pact, and we swore to protect each other, no matter what.
The ensemble cast also includes Chris Rock, Zoe Saldana, Michael Shannon, Mike Myers, Rami Malek, Anya Taylor-Joy, and Robert De Niro.
My friend was killed because of something monstrous that he had seen.
This is all turning out to be a lot larger than any of us.
Bale's involvement with the David O. Russell film began before there was even a script.
It was such a great experience for me to be there right from the moment when David was just scribbling on napkins in a diner, and then we just stayed right there for 6 years.
We find ourselves in a situation where we're accused of killing someone, which is not true.
It's been just a real joy, you know, creating these characters who I just love so much. I love Bert and this triangle of friendship, this loyalty, these friends who will do absolutely anything for each other.
It's a long story, but with you two, it'll be a cakewalk.
We wanted just to make a film that was joyous and about this love and this friendship in the face of adversity.
Try to be optimistic.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
I would like to see that.
Yeah, it does absolutely look very interesting, so I'm kind of curious about it as well. Something we'll have to check out. Something else we're checking out, our forecast, 7th and range line, looking off to roughly the east at the sunrise on this beautiful Monday morning. Clear skies, 50 degrees with a light east breeze in the city of Joplin. Temperatures across the area looking pretty good as well. We start with 51 Yates Center, 55 in Chanute, 50 Independence, 48 Pittsburgh, 49 Lamar, and 50 in Carthage as we start today. Now, as we go through today, we're going to have mostly clear skies. We're going to warm up 74 at noon, 80 by 5, 69 by 8, with an afternoon high of 84 under sunny skies. Some increasing passing clouds later tonight give us partly cloudy skies. We'll drop back to a mild overnight low of 55. The future track has 2 fun features we're talking about. Number 1, this guy, cold front, off to our northwest, coming in by the end of this week. It brings us very slight shower and thunderstorm chances, but they are there. They're just very slight, very isolated in nature, but it also brings our temperatures way down to a much more seasonable level. Then we head into next week, and as we get into late Monday, early Tuesday, widespread shower and thunderstorm activity is possible Tuesday and Wednesday, and possibly even into Thursday. So this week, we warm up 87 by Wednesday. Cold front knocks us down to 68 Friday, 70 Saturday, and then we turn around and start to warm up for next week as well, once again with those very slight shower and thunderstorm chances. We're back with more right after this.
State's most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:28. The Jasper County Sheriff's Office congratulates the first 3 inmate graduates from the county's jail treatment program. Inmates either volunteered or were referred to the program as a court sanction. While in the program, participants were held to higher standards and were models for other inmates. The 120-day treatment program consists of individual and group counseling, meditation, and life.
It feels really good to complete something that took me a while to get. I haven't completed anything since high school, and this is the first thing I completed since then, so it feels really great.
Anybody that was to go through it, takes it to heart, and really puts effort into it, they will come out with a lot of success, yes.
Officials say they expect many more graduates to come from the program. And the Jasper County Juvenile Office uses new technology to keep track of teens in the program. RFID is a radio frequency that teenagers wear while they're on the premises. It helps staff members keep track of the amount of time teenagers spend on education, meals, exercise, and other information required by the state.
So we have to make sure that they're taken care of. This technology allows me a little more freedom and a lot more trust, with my detention officers to make sure that things are done properly, things are done right, and kind of ensures that, the children are getting what they need while they're back there.
This makes the Jasper County Juvenile Office the first and only juvenile facility in Missouri to use this technology. Well, the drone pilot industry is growing, and Carthage Tech Center students are working with Steadley Elementary in Carthage for some hands-on drone flying. With Steadley Elementary's 25th anniversary coming up, the tech students flew the drone for some aerial footage of the teachers and students to send into the district. This is just one way for the students to help the community and learn at the same time.
I love seeing the students out and about doing videos. It makes me smile because I see them doing things that are fun for them, but yet they're learning and they're developing and they're learning skills that is going to help them for their lifetime.
The Association for Unmanned Vehicle Systems International predicts that by the year 2025, at least 100,000 jobs will be created for drone pilots. Well, plant lovers and researchers have a lot to look forward to at Pitt State. Pitt State hosted an open house on Friday for the newly renovated Sperry Herbarium. The herbarium has been on campus since 1946 and has been host to a variety of plants and bryophytes, or liverworts, hornworts, and mosses. It's open to researchers during the academic year, which is August through April.
It feels good. It really does. I pointed out in a talk just a few minutes ago that I'm really kind of the orchestrator. I'm in charge of the herbarium. I'm the director, but I inherited that from previous people. I will pass that on years later, but it does feel very good.
Herbarium started with 100 specimens, but it's now host to more than 50,000 different specimens, with 3,000 yet to be logged. Well, this morning we're discussing out of this world sports and talk about light on your feet. Some of the world's top athletes took soccer to a whole new level, playing a game at more than 20,000 feet in the air. The game brought together soccer players from Europe, Latin America, and the Middle East.
Teammates could use the ceiling and walls of the plane to help them get their bearings, but bodies definitely collided as players spun in midair as they pursued that rogue ball. And that brings us to our question today. We've been asking you, would you play a sport in zero gravity? Yes or no? So far, 33% of you say yes, but 67% of you say you most certainly would not. That is the only way I could probably effectively play a sport, is in zero G, but to do like what they were doing, no way.
I'm curious.
I'm not getting in a plane that is going to intentionally plunge out of the sky.
Right? I'm curious if once the soccer players got their bearings and were getting the handle out of it, if the pilot decided to do a little drop in elevation or, a little roll in the sky.
No, see, the roll would be interesting because that's how they generate the zero G. Is that the vomit comet is what they call it, where it goes up and then it drops to simulate zero G. In fact, that's how they shot a good portion of Apollo 13 to get those zero G scenes. They put the sets in one of those planes, put the actors on one of those planes with the camera crew, and got the zero G. I couldn't do that. I can't get in a plane. You're not putting me in a plane that is intentionally diving out of the sky for fun.
Right?
I mean, come on. But anyway, yeah. So while you're here on Earth, close to the ground, below the tree level here where it's safe, we've got a nice start to the day. We've got a clear sky and we've got good temperatures. 50 degrees in Joplin right now. Fall-like temperatures across the area. 52 Fredonia, 53 Parsons, 48 Pittsburgh, 49 Lamar, and 50 as we start the day in Carthage. As we go through the rest of today, it's going to warm up, be unseasonably warm with a high of 84 under sunny skies. A few passing clouds tonight give us the chance for partly cloudy skies, and that's really about it. We'll be mild, overnight low dropping back down to 55. It's the future track that's got a couple of things for us. One, a cold front off to our northwest starts to roll in by the middle to end of this week. It brings us very slight shower and thunderstorm chances, but at least there's a chance. It's next week by late Monday and into Tuesday that we see a system out of the southwest bring us better shower and thunderstorm chances, or at least that's what it's looking like right now. We are certainly keeping our fingers crossed that one way or another we get rain, because look at this. We're dry otherwise, warming up, 87 Wednesday, then that cold front brings us down 68 Friday, 70 Saturday, and then we warm back up again, heading into the start of next week with 80 on Sunday and those very slight thunderstorm chances. We're back with more right after this. If you don't want to go to college, but you want the skills to pay the bills, there's an option at Joplin High School. Jet HD's Gavin Hollingshead shows us how.
Senior Miles Griffith is normally a College Heights Cougar, but for 3 hours during the day, he is a Joplin Eagle. He is one of the many sending school students who visit Franklin Technology Center to take their classes.
It's also just nice to have that change of environment, because sometimes you get a little bit dulled down by the fact that you're sitting in the same building for hours on end.
Miles is enrolled in film and broadcasting at FTC.
I actually enjoy both of the teachers that I have this year, Mr. Douglas and Mr. Smith down here in the film/TV production studios. They're really cool guys.
Steve Reed is the assistant director of FTC, and he says several hundred sending school students visit every year.
Most schools can't afford the programs we have here at Franklin Tech. All this equipment and tools and stuff that we have to purchase, not every school can do that.
The schools that send students to FTC are College Heights, McCallie, Webb City, Carl Junction, and Sarcoxie.
I mean, this is, if you want to learn a skill that's going to get you paid the rest of your life, this is where you need to be.
Miles doesn't plan on going to college. He wants to go straight into the film industry after he finishes taking his FTC classes.
I like being able to come here during my high school years and try to get more of an actual, fundamental education in a field of work that I'd like to go into. So instead of after high school going to some college that's going to teach me a bunch of stuff that I don't really need to know, and then a little bit of what I do need to know, I get to come here to a trade school in high school and learn a lot more about what I actually want to do in a shorter amount of time.
If you are interested in any of the FTC classes, you can sign up and become an Eagle. Reporting for Jet HD, this is Gavin Hollingshead.
Of course, that was Gavin Hollingshead for that report. We have another check of your forecast now, because we just can't get enough weather here in the 4 states. And honestly, we're actually not getting enough weather because it's been so dry for so long. 7th and Rangeline, skies are clear. It is 50 degrees in Joplin right now. Temperatures across the area are fall-like. 44 Iola, 43 Fort Scott, 46 Nevada, 49 in Lamar as we start the day. Going through the rest of the day, we're going to be sunny, 84 for an afternoon high. Heading into tonight, a few passing clouds makes us partly cloudy and mild, 55 for the overnight low. And a look at the 7-day forecast, we continue to warm up. Look at this, 85 Tuesday, 87 Wednesday, 85 on Thursday. Cold front comes in Friday, 68, 70, and 80 as we warm back up into next week. We're also watching some slight shower and thunderstorm chances, but even though they're slight, at least they're chances for some kind of rain. We got more of the KOAM Morning News right after this. You know, I was hanging out for a little bit and decided, you know what we need is a little more weather in your life. And here is what we've got. At some point, you know, we're actually going to have weather to talk about, which will be great. Because right now, we have this. Clear skies at 7th and Rangeline and fall-like. 50 degrees in Joplin right now. 52 Fredonia, 53 Parsons, 50 Columbus and Carthage as we start this day. It's going to be a warm one, above normal to say the least. Sunny skies, 84 for the afternoon high. As we head into tonight, we're looking at partly cloudy skies, a mild evening dropping down to 55 degrees. And take a look at the 7-day forecast. As we warm back up through the middle of the week, 87 degrees by Wednesday. We've got partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. And then we're watching a cold front Thursday into Friday. And with that cold front, it brings us down to 68 Friday, 70 on Saturday, 80 on Sunday. Slight chances of showers, maybe some thunderstorms, but at least it's a chance for some kind of precipitation. In Consumer Watch this morning, OPEC members will consider a proposal to cut oil production by 1 million barrels a day when they meet Wednesday. OPEC, along with Moscow-led allies, collectively known as OPEC Plus, are pursuing the strategy as the economic slowdown has hurt demand. A cut of 1 million barrels per day would be the most drastic reduction in oil production since the pandemic began. OPEC countries are hoping the move will help prop up falling oil prices, but the measure could hurt the global economy. Russia's invasion of Ukraine caused energy prices to soar, raising the gas in the U.S. and around the world. OPEC members will be meeting in person in Vienna for the first time since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic to debate the issue. Starting in October, it should be a little easier for food stamp recipients to buy groceries. Because of inflation, the U.S. Department of Agriculture is increasing monthly benefits by 12.5%. That amounts to an additional $104 for the average family of 4 each month. Maximum benefit for a 4-person household would be $939 a month, up from $835. Nearly 41 million Americans count on food stamps to buy groceries every month. The increase doesn't completely make up for the rising cost of food. That's because grocery prices jumped more than 13% in August. Soon, Amazon will make a device available that will let you know whether you're sleeping or not. The company says the new device, Halo Rise, will start selling later this year. Halo Rise will be able to track sleeping patterns without a wristband, using no-contact sensors and artificial intelligence to measure a user's movement and breathing patterns, letting the device track sleep stages during the night. It also can connect to Alexa, letting users wake up to their favorite songs. Amazon emphasized that Halo Rise doesn't have microphones or cameras. We'll be back with more right after this, but first, why don't we take a look at those market prices before the opening bell.
An 80-year-old known as the Rapping Granny is running for office in Utah.
And she's released a rap video to introduce herself to voters.
Jeannie Moose reports.
Wrap your head around this rapper.
Hey, Utah District 12, listen up right here. There's a new name on the ballot for the Senate this year.
She's 80 years old, mother of 9, grandmother of 35.
My name is Linda Paulson, Republican and awesome. Love God and family.
Move over, Megan Thee Stallion. Rap's got a new queen, running for a state Senate seat in Utah.
Where's integrity, morality, accountability?
She's like the rapping granny in The Wedding Singer.
I said hip hop, I hip it to the hip hip hop. You don't stop the rock to the bang bang boogie.
Only Paulson is real and a Republican, leaving viewers split. I love it. I don't want to, but I do. She's so cute. Versus Linda Paulson's campaign rap lowered my IQ.
Hey, Utah District 12.
This guy bopped to it, then blew a raspberry. Her most controversial line is this one.
Just to clarify, as a female adult, I know what a woman is.
Okay.
But even left-leaning hosts paid homage.
And she spits hot fire.
And Colbert himself rapped back at her.
And just to clarify, as a comedian, I want you to make more songs, please.
CNN never heard back from Paulson, but she told the Salt Lake Tribune that her youngest daughter, Brenda, wrote the words to the song as an 80th birthday gift.
Resurrected.
They recorded it in Paulson's backyard. The frontrunner in the race is the incumbent Democrat.
I'm Senator Karen May. I don't rap, I legislate.
A real rapper, conservative rapper, Bryson Gray, did a Paulson remix.
My name is Linda Paulson, Republican and awesome. Love God and family and the Constitution.
Love God, love my family, and I love my Constitution.
Paulson didn't just rap.
District 12 needs a choice. Let me be your voice.
She even dabbled in the dab. Jeannie Moose, CNN, New York.
So
what Chris and I can't get over the fact is she really 80 years old because she looks good for 80.
She doesn't look 80. I mean, yeah, obviously she looks older than we are, but she does not look 80 years old. So next question is, can we do that here?
We've got a song.
We've got to find a way to
It's about corn.
we have our corn song, but that doesn't count. I mean, can we take what we're doing and turn it into rap?
Well, it's been done.
When? Where was I?
You weren't here yet.
Oh, okay. I was sleeping. You see, by the way, I hibernated in between my first news job and this one. I slumbered until I was called upon again.
We pulled him out of the bear cave.
Yeah. She disturbed my slumber.
I did.
Yeah, actually, she kind of did because I had to come to the morning show, see? So that's what happens.
No more sleep for you.
Okay, so that's all right, though, because here's the deal. I'm having a lot of fun. I know some folks at home. I've received varying messages. There's some of you out there who say, hey, we really enjoy you're interesting. And then I get the other messages that are just like, why do they allow you on television? And, I'm with that half. I really don't have an answer, and I've asked that question more than once myself.
And you know what? And maybe this is another time to bring it up too. We still get messages asking what happened to Michael Hayslip.
We do.
Back in June, he left. In June, he left and moved to Florida.
He was gone.
If anyone is wondering, we have heard that he's doing well. His family's doing okay. So,
yeah, because he actually went down to Fort Myers to work at a TV station there, and we have heard that he is doing okay.
Yes.
And our weather here doing quite all right. This is where this gets fun. So I was telling Tanya, I made a joke. We want to bring more weather in the morning because that's, you're planning your day. But in the last 10 minutes of our newscast so far, it's been 6 minutes worth of just weather content, which is okay. It's just we want to prepare you for your day. We got clear skies, 7th and range line, 50 degrees, good fall-like temperatures. I want the producers to know, by the way, in the back, I'm not complaining. 51 Yates Center, 55 in Chanute, 48 Pittsburgh, 49 Lamar as we start the day. A very unseasonably warm day yet again. Sunny skies, 84 for the afternoon high. Few passing clouds tonight. We'll have some partly cloudy skies drop back down to a mild but comfortable 55 degrees. And as we look at the 7-day forecast, we really start to warm up. 87 by Wednesday. We're staying dry, and then a cold front Friday comes in, brings us down to 68, 70 Saturday, and then by the start of next week, we turn around, start to warm right back up again, but we're watching at least some slight shower and thunderstorms to wrap up the week. We're back with more right after this.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. Here's what's happening today. Officials now say Hurricane Ian killed at least 80 people in Florida. That number could grow as crews continue to go door to door in hard-hit areas along the state's Gulf Coast. Florida's Emergency Management Agency says more than 1,600 people have been rescued. Hundreds of thousands in the state are without power, and officials say it could be months before power is fully restored. President Biden plans to visit Florida on Wednesday, and today he will be in Puerto Rico, which was devastated by Hurricane Fiona 2 weeks ago. And Ukrainian troops took down pro-Russian flags in the town of Lyman, retaking the city. Russia had been using Lyman as a transport and logistics hub, and it's located in one of 4 regions Russia illegally annexed on Friday. Sunday, the heads of 9 NATO members backed a path to membership for Ukraine to join the Western Alliance. Families of at least 125 people killed in a stampede at a soccer game in Indonesia are beginning to bury their loved ones. Saturday night, fans of the team that lost poured onto the field. Police chased them with batons and tear gas, which is banned indoors under international soccer rules.
We've got a nice, mild, above normal day again for us today. We're going to be mostly sunny, 84 degrees for an afternoon high. A few passing clouds tonight. We'll be somewhat partly cloudy, mild with a low of 55. And then we're watching a cold front come in later this week as we head into, say, Friday, where temperatures drop back down to a seasonable level. 68 Friday, 70 on Saturday, warming back up to start the new week, 80 on Sunday. And we're also watching some slight shower and thunderstorm chances as well as we wrap up this week. They're slight, but they're there, and any rain is better than no rain.
All right. Well, former U.S. President Jimmy Carter turned 98 years old on Saturday.
The Carter Center will host a series of virtual events to celebrate his legacy.
After George H.W. Bush died in 2018 at age 94, Carter became the oldest living U.S. president. He was a peanut farmer and a U.S. Navy lieutenant before going into politics.
He served one term as governor of Georgia and president of the United States from 1977 to 1981, but not both at the same time. The former president received the Nobel Peace Prize in 2002 for his efforts to push for peace across the globe. Carter beat brain cancer in 2015, but faced a series of health scares in 2019.
He underwent surgery to remove pressure on his brain. Now, Carter is celebrating his birthday at home with family.
Just absolutely an incredible life and legacy led by Jimmy Carter.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Well, we've got more news and weather for you when we see you at noon.
That's right.
Have a great afternoon and an even better whatever might lie ahead of you.